You mentioned the word front running. Let's go to Milwaukee and Indiana. So I'm guilty of it, and I'm going to call Tyrese Halliburton on it, right? So after game one, I was feeling real good about myself, feeling real good about my man Dame and his ability to, shoulder the load without Giannis. Now I'm freaking out with the freak out now that Michael's Indiana Pacers have even the series, and now they're going to Indiana. Now here's the Halliburton front running part. In whatever voice he chooses to say it in, which is a whole other conversation, he basically was just calling out Bucks fans, and being like, oh, you know what? This ain't shit. We got better fans at home in the regular season than I've heard the last 2 weeks. It's like, you probably gonna have to go back there, bruh. So I don't know if that was the wisest commentary. Timing was convenient, but I don't know if the commentary was the wisest, given that they're gonna have to go back there before it's all said and done. Just what's your take on that series, and is it too soon to call it? I mean, the series, as Pat Riley would say, is really just getting started. But what's your read on that without Giannis for the moment?
Without Giannis, they can't stop Pascal Siakam. He is actually the leading.
Oh my God, he looked like Giannis.
Yeah, Dame is actually second in the playoffs in scoring. And by the way, what is he doing at halftime? Is he's having these brilliant first halves, and then is he having a couple heavy IPAs or something at half? And he's not the same guy in the second half. I'm not sure what's going on. Siakam, unless they just don't have anybody who can match up with him. If Giannis isn't back, they don't have a defender who can match up with Pascal Siakam, and that should give Pacers fans a lot of hope, right? I don't know how you beat them if he's going off and you're getting Miles Turner to have some good games, and I don't even know if we've had the best Halliburton game yet. Indiana's a tough matchup for the Bucks anyway because of their pace, and if they miss. Obviously, they miss Giannis's offense, but if they don't get him back defensively and in front of Pascal Siakam, I think Michael Hawley might be celebrating this one.
Well, let me ask you, Kurt, because through two games, okay, we've had essentially there was a blowout by Milwaukee in game one. Then there was a blowout by Indiana in game two. Game was close, and Indiana just pulled it away in the end. So what do we have? A series tied at 1, going back to Indy. How do you call it? We know what the advantage Milwaukee has. They got Dame, especially first half Dame. And then you just mentioned Siakam. If you call this best of 5 series, who do you give it to?
I kind of like the way things are trending for Indiana. I just think that, like I said, they won the regular season series. I like their matchup when they get out and run like they did in game 2, and I think they figured some stuff out, and now they go home. They go home in front of that crowd with a young and inexperienced team and role players who will thrive off of that home cooking, that loud crowd, in a way young teams do, right? I know Denver's going to be fine in Los Angeles come Thursday night. They're veterans. They're going to be golden. But how is Indiana going to react on the road? They got the split, and now they go home. And if I think it's a Friday, Sunday between those two, so really close. If Giannis can't play in those, and there's no sign that he's going to be back. If he can't play in those, it could be 3-1 going back to Milwaukee, and then the Bucks are in a world of hurt.
Yeah, and then that crowd will, hopefully have its say. If you're a Bucks fan, and shut Tyrese Halliburton up.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.